Sanibonani? No, I'm more energy for a funding session. So, Sanibonani? Thank you, that's so much better. Gamalami Musabelo Spanyone, Youth Fund. And we've got an interesting lineup here, access to funding. And I would say even diverse, so they do different types of funding. Funding is at the core of my business in order to grow and develop speakers at school mill, which is finally move as graduated from a small business to a medium and a corporate. We need funding. So let me just introduce my panel. I've worked with most of them. Chantal Bitler, who is head of business banking and commercial banking at FNB, uphinze abuke SME financing, which is also under her portfolio. Ngicela ku-introduce Joyce Lamini, who runs Eswatini Stock Exchange. Does on the type of funding that the stock exchange actually assists. Ngicela ku-introduce Nokuphila Dlamini, wasekhaya ka-IF, business development officer wethu. Ngicela introduce Linda Shiba. He is an investment banker who assists large corporates on capital raising. Uphinza abe investor himself, assisting our business is into venture capital funding. I think just to kick off the session, it's different types of funders. Scenario E, development funding, we have equity funding, we have SME business funding, we have venture capital funding. Just to start with you, Chantal. A lot of the businesses that they use support tower. It's basically startups and small businesses. With your portfolio, how does FNB, what kind of products and how do you assist that type of market?
Thank you, Sabino. Good morning, everyone. As I mentioned, I'm Chantal Lekla. I look after commercial banking within FNB. Commercial banking essentially looks after all business clients within the bank. So we look after turnovers from 0 up to in excess of $1 million. I know everyone is interested in listening to funding, right? But I think the point I want to make is that your relationship with the bank cannot start from lending. It has to start beyond. I think FNB is very committed to businesses within the country. And through our SME division, we started a value proposition which is called Start, Run, Grow, which basically means that we support businesses through various cycles of their business. Whether you want to start your business, how to run it, we've got transactional solutions, we've got lending solutions, we've got advisory services. So it's beyond finance. Basically, what we look at is that when you come in, we want to give you a holistic picture. We want to make banking simpler for you. We want to make it accessible for you. We do understand that as business owners, you don't have time to be coming to a bank and standing in a queue. You need to be out there and selling your goods and running your businesses. So we have made business accessible. We are known as the most digital bank and the most innovative bank for a reason, because whatever solutions we've come up with make it easier for you to be able to transact with us. FNB is alive to the many challenges that small business owners face. It's lack of funding, limited availability of markets, lack of resources, and we've come up with various tools to assist you. A lot of the speakers that have come up have spoken around COVID and the impact of COVID. COVID had a devastating impact on the economy as a whole. We've seen a lot of small businesses close because of COVID, but it also came with a lot of opportunities. And one of the opportunities that it came with from a bank perspective was to ensure that we are available digitally to all the business owners. What we did as FNB, we designed what we call the business toolkit, and there's a very important reason why I'm talking about the business toolkit, because it was initially designed for COVID, but it provides various insights on how to run your business. And I'd like to ask all of you, whether or not you're an FNB client, is to go into the FNB app. We will guide you. I've got two gentlemen at the back that work with me. We'll guide you on how to access the business toolkit. But it raises a whole lot of questions on how to run your business. What is it that you need to start your business? How do you manage your cash flow? And those tools and those lessons will help you to ensure that your business is agile, it adapts. There was a lot of talking about adapting. With COVID, if you had a shop, for example, you were not able to sell your goods because there were lockdown restrictions. So you had to look for ways to sell your goods digitally or virtually. So it gives you those lessons on how to access markets. It also speaks about how to pivot, how to manage your cash flow. On top of that, we have designed lending solutions that support. So whether you're looking for a short-term bridging finance, you're looking for startup finance, you're looking for finance to buy an asset or commercial property, those are all products that are available. But I want to caution everyone in the room, and that is bank finance is very expensive. If I was to be asked a question, which is the best type of finance for a business that's starting or youth business, I would say two things. Firstly, it needs to have no fixed repayment period. And secondly, it must have very little or no interest. And that type of funding, unfortunately, you don't get in banks, right? You know that if you get funding for a bank, it has to have a fixed repayment period, and secondly, there's interest that we have to charge. And the reason for that is that le mali lesimbolekayo akusiyo yethu. You understand? It is funds that come from our clients who are making deposits. So it's very important that when we lend money out, we are clear who we're lending to, and we are clear that that money is going to come back. So that is why, if you look at our assessment process, it may seem long, but there's reasons for that. So the best way, I would always say, to start a business is use your family and use your friends, right? If you have an idea, start small, don't start big. A lot of the business owners I've engaged with throughout the period, a lot of the successful ones, the story is similar. They started with selling emafetes, and they made a little bit of money. They saved that, they evolved, but chips, and that money they saved. So when I say you start your banking relationship before you actually get to a part where you're a business owner and you want to lend money, that little money that you are saving, open a bank account. Because when I start asking you questions about who are you, what is your credit history, what is your banking history, I start with you, the owner of the business. So I can be able to go in and check that there is no money that's too little to open a bank account. Don't ever feel like you don't have enough money to open a bank account. So start with you as an individual opening a bank account so you can have that history, such that when you want lending or funding, we can be able to assist you because we already have a track record with you, right? I think the second thing, we are very lucky in Eswatini to have the Central Bank of Eswatini Small Scale Guarantee Scheme, which provides collateral. So the issue of collateral is covered within an Eswatini perspective. So whatever lending you want, you can get, and we wouldn't ask you the question of collateral because you have access to collateral from the Small Scale Guarantee Scheme. But what I need from you and what will help me to provide funding to you is to ensure that when you come and sell your story to me, you have a comprehensive business plan. A lot of the time, people assume that business plan is it's a bank document. It's not a bank document, it's your document. It's the document that guides what is it that you want to do, why do you want to do it, who are you selling to, who are your suppliers, how are you going to get your stock to, what's your competitive advantage, and it's a living document that you continuously change. And it helps give that referral that 10 years down the line you can go back and check to see, am I doing what I had set out to do in the first place? Once you have a comprehensive business plan, getting access to finance is simple. You bring that through, we assess it, we give you advice, and you are in a position to get access to finance, whether it's a short-term loan, whether it's a loan to buy an asset, as long as your business plan spells out what is it exactly that you want to do for your business.